right. Good morning again. Now, something I want to address right now is if any of you are watching my video after video after video and you see a lot of the same shirt, no, I'm not doing like a video on the same day. I am wearing I guess I don't buy pajamas, so this is my version of a pajama shirt. So I just thought I would just upfront with that, so you don't think I'm crazy and doing one video at the same day, different times, pretending it's different days. But it's not. I'm not getting ready like multiple different times, even though it kind of seems that way since I do the exact same thing every morning. It's like, Hedgehog Day, you know? You get up in the morning, the same thing happens every day. So I definitely would say I'm a creature of habit when it comes to getting ready on a weekday. I've not a whole lot of interest in making sure I look amazing. I just want to look presentable, and I don't want to end the day with my hair a massive, huge fluff ball, which is why it is being pulled back. Because in the summer, one of the big things that tends to happen to me is I do my hair in the morning, and then I go off and see my patients. And at the end of the day, I look in the mirror and go, oh my goodness, my hair went from, excuse me, oh, it looks fine, to I am not kidding you. It would not even fit in this frame because it just gets very puffy. Kind of frizzy, but frizz puffy, I don't know, but it's bad. It's very, very bad. So by pulling it back, at least I can manage what it looks like by the end of the day. So yeah. So yesterday I talked about a little bit about my history when it comes to my health and the weight loss that I am struggling with, how everything kind of came to be here, and I kind of got through some of it, but I'm trying to not have really long videos, and so I'm trying to wrap up around 10 minutes, and I can be quite the talker. So I looked at the thing, I go, oh my gosh, it's almost 10 minutes, I gotta hurry up and wrap it up. So just checking, make sure I have all my stuff I need. Yeah. So just to add about things, and which, let me just say this in the beginning, is I'm not a sharer anymore. When I was young, I know that I overshared. People got way more information than they ever bargained for when I was young, and I would be told so often that I was telling too much about myself that I went the complete opposite way, and now I undershare to the point that I think that I know that I don't seem open with people, like they can't get to know me because I've gotten to the point where I guess I feel like who cares about what I've been through. Yeah, what's the big deal of what I've been through in my life? Everybody has struggles, everybody has things that they go through. I'm no different than that. So I tend to keep a lot of things to myself and be super private. But with me working with all the people I do on a daily basis, and I find all of their stories interesting. Everybody has been through something. Some people have been through more struggles than others. And it always fascinates me how some people can be so strong and not realize that not everybody has the ability to walk in the same shoes that they are, that some people would have much fewer obstacles and do a whole lot more complaining, or not work as hard to get better. And a lot of my everyday heroes are now my patients, my people who they're going through health struggles, real health struggles. They've lost mobility, they've lost independence in their lives, they've lost a lot of control over, being able to do things for themselves. And, some of the things that's so hard, some people work so hard to get back to, being able to just get up and get themselves something to eat. And, this year I've really been paying more attention to them, and they've become my heroes, and like, if they can do it, I can do it sort of situation. Anyway, so getting back to me, is another short little blurb, short little thing about, me and my history, and especially when it comes to my weight, because that's a huge thing on my mind, whether I want it to be or not. I think about my weight and how I look more than I realize. I'd like to think I ignore it and that I'm okay with what I look like. But then when I realize how fatigued I get, how many things that I avoid because of how weak my muscles are, that I don't go, I don't go clothes shopping, because what's the point of getting another something that only kind of fits and, doesn't, they don't really make any, they're starting to work on it, but they don't really make a lot of clothes for larger women. And I look back at the pictures of my family members from my grandmother's era and before then, and they're all larger women, so I know that I'm going to have some sort of size my whole life. I'm not ever going to be a skinny mini. But, when I was in high school, I was, around 120, 121, 122 at the max. And I used to go in and look at the stores, for jeans or whatever, and I'd be looking in the mirror. I'd be like, oh my gosh, my butt is so big. They look terrible in these jeans. I can't possibly wear them. They're too tight. They're too form-fitting. And I will tell you what, if I had that body now, I would be rocking some serious, amazing, stylish clothes, because, I'd be showing off that body to nobody's business. I think it was size 8. It probably could have been a size 6, but I didn't want to wear anything too form-fitting. Can you imagine thinking about that? Like, that I thought I was way too fat, a size 6 or 8. That is crazy. And that led to, which I think I didn't realize at the time what I was doing, not really eating, and not just not eating because I wanted to maintain my size, but not eating because I didn't feel like in high school that I fit in with any of the groups, and I would not want to go down to the cafeteria because everybody seemed to be down there and having fun and doing this and that, and I just felt really left out of the whole situation. And I would sit by the lockers and read. I may or may not eat that day, and I remember my friend, always coming to me and being like, Tanya, are you okay? Tanya, you can't, not eat something, come down and eat with us. And, she really cared. And I would just be like, oh no, I'm fine, things are fine. But it didn't stop at school. I would be the same at home, that I would kind of, not find food interesting. in the fact, and I think probably because in the back of my mind I did not want to gain weight, and I would push things around and stay at my plate until my parents left, and then sit there for a little while pushing the food around, acting like I was eating still or trying to eat, and then when they weren't looking, I would take my food and dump it in the garbage, like underneath other things, in hopes that they had no idea what I was doing. Of course, if you are a parent, you might realize that parents do know more than they're letting on. So they probably did know and didn't say anything. I don't know, and why they wouldn't say anything about me not eating, I don't know. But so now I love eating. Unfortunately, but I need to watch what goes into my mouth and try to make it as healthy as possible, and and drink as much water as possible so that I can get fitter. My goal isn't to necessarily become a skinny mini, it's to become active enough that I can do the things that I used to enjoy doing all the time. Like, I would love to go hiking. I would love to get on my bike again. I would love to do a lot of things. Although getting back on the bike, even with a wider seat, pretty sure that my butt would still be twice as wide as one of those big saddle seats. Oh, anyway, so, that's, a little bit more into, this whole thing for me. So I am actually, I didn't want to like it, but I know I think I said this before, but I'm really kind of starting to like this whole stupid, but not stupid, like gratitude thing, because, looking at the positive side of things shouldn't be seen as a negative. In fact, I was just talking to one of my patients yesterday who she is going through cancer treatments right now, and she said that she's been really lucky because she's hardly become sick during the whole thing, that she's been able to get through the treatments with very little negative outcomes. She stayed happy, she stayed active, and she has faith in, and all of those things she feels, and I think she's right, has helped her. I've noticed that people who are happier and more positive tend to get through things a lot easier. Those that are negative, it's almost like the negative things come to them, and they don't have as good a time. And this isn't to say that everybody who's positive has good things happen, and everybody that's negative has negative things happen, but it seems to be that way more so than not. So I'm gonna try. So I see I'm getting close to my 15-minute limit, so quick. Grateful that I had time this morning to read my book, because I really enjoy reading. Grateful that it looks like it's going to be a good day and not rain today, which is wonderful. Grateful that I have my 3 boys. They're so sweet, and they're really working hard to be really good young men. Let's see, how many is that? 4? I don't know. Anyway, well, let's just do one more. Being grateful for the fact that I'm being strong enough and brave enough to do this for myself. So, all right, hope everybody has a great day, and try to think of at least one thing that you're grateful for today. Talk to you later.